everybody, Harvard Talks Prison here. Today I thought I'd do a bunch of stories that were funny. There'll be several of them. And to me, the funniest ones are the ones that was in the last prison, so they'll be last. The first one I've told you guys about before, and that was when this guy was, the sergeant told me we had to get a new guy on the work crew that was black instead of white, because everybody was white. And the door handles were brass, but for some reason we called them knobs. And this guy kept asking, when we hired him, we was about done when he got hired, and for the day. And but he said, "Man, give me something to do." And I finally told him that he could polish some knobs if he wanted, but that don't sound right. So he got all mad, and everybody was laughing, and except for me and him. And I said, "Look, I wasn't trying to be weird or anything. We just clean these handles on these cells, and Sergeant wants them polished." And the second one, I was sitting with a friend of mine named Country. This was in Farmington too, and this guy from California was sitting there. He'd done time in California, and he got to asking us if we had these different restaurants and stuff out here in Missouri, and some of them we had and some of them we hadn't. And Country was, this guy named Country, Big Country actually was his name, was asking him, "Hey, do you have this out in California?" And he would say no, And so, guy from California, he says, asks about something else again, and then Country says, "Hey, do you have this?" He goes, "What was the name of that?" And he kept trying to think of the name, and the guy from California says, "No, we ain't got Bob's Catfish." And I started laughing, and the guy from California started laughing. Country didn't laugh too much. He goes, "Hey, Harvey, he's making fun of us, don't you? Because we're from Missouri." I said, "Yeah, but that was funny." And but he didn't think it was funny. And there's another time. See, every time caseworker would come into the wing or pod, everybody would rush over to the caseworker to talk to him. But everybody wants to say something, And this was in October, about the middle of October, and he comes in the wing, and everybody goes rushing over there because it's hard to get back to his office and talk to him, because everybody's going back there, usually complaining about this or that. So everybody rushes over there, and he goes, "Hey, what's everybody going to go as for Halloween this year? I think I'm going to go as an axe murderer." And some of us started laughing. Some of them, "Man, that ain't funny. You think you're a funny guy? That ain't funny." Then I get sent to Potosi, and they take me over to medical because I had this sore on my leg, and it just kept, I don't know what it was. They gave me cortisone for it, but anyway, they take me over there, and there was this female nurse over there that looked like Winona Ryder, and I'm shackled because I was in the hole. When you go to Potosi, you're in the hole. That's you're there for, you did something wrong in another camp, another prison. And I'm shackled, and the doctor tells me, "Hey, take down your pants so I can see the sore." I can't take them down. I'm having a hard time taking them down shackled, And this guard is not, he's laughing. He's standing over there laughing. So, Becky, that was this female nurse, she comes over there and she takes them down. And I'm just, I'm looking down, and I'm trying not to laugh. And anyway, doctor looks at it. He gives me cortisone to put on it. He goes, "All right, you can pull your pants back up." How the hell am I going to do that? You know? So here comes Becky, and she pulls my boxers and my pants back up, and this guard is laughing so hard. I mean, he's got veins coming out, and these tears coming to his eyes. Anyway, he's taking me back. He goes, "Did you like her pulling your pants down, pulling your pants back up?" I said, "I wasn't mad about it." He goes, "Well, she doesn't. She's lesbian, you know, so it doesn't bother her." And so I said, "Oh, okay, whatever, you know." Well, I get these meds for irritable bowel syndrome called Bento or dicyclomine. And so one day I went over there to get my meds, and there's this male nurse named Dan. I did not know that Dan was gay and that Dan had a thing for me. So I go over there and Becky's there, and she says, "Just have a seat there." And they have these long seats, cushioned seats. It's like a long couch, you know, but it's more like chairs put together. So I'm sitting there, and here comes in Dan, and he sits down next to me. I mean, he's scooted all up against me, so I scoot down a little bit. He scoots down a little bit farther, and Becky starts laughing. I'm getting a little nervous, you know. And I said, "Hey, you know, I'm running out of room where I can scoot to, you know. I just keep scooting farther down." I said, "Man, I just want my meds." He goes, "Mr. Seidel, I'll give you the shirt off my back. I'll give you anything you want. All you got to do is ask." And I said, "Well, I just, you know, I was kind of stumbling over my words and stuff." I said, all I want is my medication." So he gives me my medication, and he goes, "You can go on." He goes, "You know, you can come back anytime you want, you know. I'll give you your meds." And Becky's laughing, and he leaves before I was able to go out the door, and she goes, "Hey, in case you didn't know it, he really likes you." And I said, "Yeah, I know, but, you know, I'm not really that type," you know. Finally, we get to South Central Correctional Center, Licking. And I told this story too before. We had bad storms, and there was tornadoes and coming in. They ran us off the yard because of all the tornadoes in the area. But we still allowed to have recreation in the wing, you know, make phone calls, do whatever, use the microwave, whatever. But there was one that started heading right for the prison, and all of a sudden they started screaming, lock down now, get in your cell now." And so we're all heading for our cells, and they're acting like we ain't getting there fast enough. They just keep yelling and screaming. And we're going as fast as we can. And this guard comes in the wing. He goes, "Hey, I've been told to tell you guys that we have a tornado headed straight for the prison. You need to go to your cell, put your head between your legs, and kiss your asses goodbye." Again, a lot of people didn't think that was funny, but I did. And they have this. I'm looking at some notes here, you know, because make sure I don't miss any of the stories. Out inside of the housing unit, they have a basketball court. But closer to the housing unit, they have these benches. These benches don't have no backs on them. They're just metal seats that people can sit on, you know. two guys started fighting, and they was right between the basketball court and one of the benches. Well, anytime there's a fight, guards come running, and they don't care how they break it up. They'll tackle somebody, they'll mace them, whatever. His plan was to run, jump up on the bench, put his arms out, and take both of these guys down. Well, he runs, he makes it up on the bench, and he dives, the arms out like this. He's going to take them both down. And they moved, and it was like splat, you know. He hit. It could have been bad. I mean, he could have got seriously hurt doing that. But he jumps right back up, grabs one of the prisoners, takes him down, and cuffed him. By this time, there's no other guards coming in, and they get the other one. But another guard's asking him, "Are you all right? You know, you okay?" And everything. He goes, "Yeah, I'm fine." But we was all laughing, and especially when we found out, you know, that he wasn't really seriously hurt. We just laughed all the harder, you know. But I would have never done that. I mean, because, you know, there's always a chance you're going to miss, you know. And the last one, oh, there was a softball game going on one time, and this guy comes running out of the gym. I don't know what he'd done in the gym, but all these guards come running in after him. He runs onto the softball field while they're playing this game. These guards run on there, so the game stops. The softball game stops. And they're chasing him around, but he's just like having fun with them. You know, he's laughing, and they'd get close to him, and he'd take off, you know, go this way, go that way. One of them slipped and fell on the ground, and he was just having fun. He wasn't, I mean, he was trying to stay away from him, but it wasn't like it was anything serious to him, you know. If they caught him, they caught him. He was just laughing and having fun. They wasn't amused, especially the one that fell, slipped and fell. And they finally tackled him, take him down, and I could hear him yelling at him, "What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?" And he goes, "You guys need to lighten up. You know, what's your problem? You know, you guys take this job too seriously. Lighten up and laugh a little bit once in a while." And they jerk him back up, and they have to take him to medical because, you know, they tackled him and everything. So they have to take him there and make sure he's not hurt. All the way up there, he's laughing at them. They're coming just short of cussing him out. So they take him into medical. The game resumes. Pretty soon here comes a guard leading him out, taking him to the hole, and they still have to pass the softball court, go to the hole. And he yells out into the softball field, "You know, if these guards would lighten up around here, this wouldn't be such a bad place." And he just was laughing the whole time. And I don't know what he did to even make them chase him, because he, you know, he was just like having fun with them, you know, just running from them. Anyway, you guys see the shirt? We're going to be starting putting out shirts, and I don't know when Mindy's going to have them up on the videos, but we'll try to get them out soon if you guys want any. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.